All right, what up, YouTube? It's your boy. I'm back again with another video. Wanted to get into the Hodge twins reacting to Myron games on a college campus, talking to a so-called conservative. Uh, I would say he's a liberal, dressed in conservatism. But it kind of seems like that's what the right is lately. They're almost just as bad as the left on a lot of different issues, and particularly the race issue. They they're basically fighting back racism or racists on the internet with more racism, particularly the old school racism from the 1800s and 1700s, the Darwinism. Everybody's genetically different. Some people are inclined to fail based on genetics, and some people are inclined to be inherently evil based on the genetics in their bodies, I guess, or whatnot. But that's kind of like Nick Fuentes. He's kind of on that train of basically saying black people are genetically inferior in the mind. That's why they tend to violence, which most black people are not violent. We just have a small population of black people who are very extreme, as far as they do commit a lot of crimes, they do make up a lot of the prison. But it's not all 13% of the population of black people in America committing the crimes. It's particularly the YNs, as we call it in today's culture. But the Hodge twins are going to react to Myron Gaines talking to this little incel young white guy. Kind of probably, yeah, I believe he follows Nick Fuentes, and he's of that mindset that things are genetics, and black people are just prone to evil, and white people are pretty much just superior class of people on every level, and don't have a tendency to violence or whatever. But I'm going to react to them reacting to Myron, and we'll go ahead and get into the video.
Yeah, got a show for y'all. Got a damn good show. All right, I don't even know how to describe this. Just white dudes telling black people, you don't have the right to live around us. That should not be a right. That is crazy. Yeah, let's get that is crazy. That's Jim Crow. That's like you don't get the same bathroom as me. You don't get to sit in the same area as me. That's nuts. Yeah. I need more context. Okay, let's check out this video.
Living around white people is not a human right. You don't get to live with us all the time, all right? This is our country that we built. Yeah, white immigrants built this country, thank you. Read the Naturalization Act of 1790.
No, it's the truth. This country was founded by white Protestant.
And yes, I understand that black people have been a part of this country since the beginning because of slavery, and I'm not
I think the girls over there don't like what you're saying.
And I know that, yeah. Yeah, and the logical consequence of slavery is that, we have these people displaced in this country, and, at the time, maybe the better choice should have been to just send them back to Africa.
You know what? I don't feel displaced. I feel like I belong here. I was born here. I'm a citizen.
I do as well. I don't feel displaced, even though all of the rhetoric in America through music, TV, has been propagandized against black people by our own and white liberals to push us, to make us feel that we're not a part of America. And at times, there have been times in America where America has made us feel that way, for sure. Not even just propaganda, it has actually been a thing. But all in all, I think, or not think, but I know a lot of black Americans in the past, particularly our grandparents, felt very American. And it's only been into the 60s when a lot of the propaganda really leached into the black consciousness or black community to make our generations think otherwise. But this little, this guy or whatnot, look at him. You can tell he listens to Nick Fuentes all day. He probably learned a little history about something, but he's saying that the country was built by immigrants, which the country was built by immigrant white people, immigrant Chinese who built the railroads, and the slave black man who built the railroads, who built many places in Charleston, South Carolina, where I'm from, and all throughout the country. The white man, as we call it, did not just do all of this on his own. He did not build this great economy on his own. It didn't work like that. Even the Jewish man, who people like these people that follow Nick Fuentes, they hate. They'll say that the Jewish people just came in and used blackmail on everybody. But that's not entirely true. A lot of different people had a hand in America's success, which is what America was great at doing. Much like the Roman Empire, they didn't just rely on what we call the Greeks and the Sicilians, the Italians, the people that were in that landmass at that time. When they went into other landmasses, or when people came in, those people became great in the country and contributed to society. It was not just all white faces or people just from the local area. America is much like the Roman Empire, where it utilizes different cultures to make itself great. But you got people like this who look on Twitter or X all day and see some black video of somebody attacking some white person, and you got these radical groups posting this all day, like Elijah Schaefer and Stu Peters. They're inciting it, and this is what you get.
Yeah, now there is some black people that feel displaced. They want to go back to Africa, and there's nothing from stopping them from doing so.
Yeah, he said it's not a human right to live around white people.
That's nuts when he said that.
Yeah, white people are great, but y'all ain't that great. Look at the white progressive in this country.
Yeah, you cherry picking. There's a lot of bad white people.
There's
a lot of bad black people. Don't get me wrong, but there's a lot of bad white people in this country too.
Yeah,
that's a big fact. Who's voting for these terrible policies in these large cities? Black people don't make up the majority in any of these cities. Small population, and most black people don't vote. It's just the ones that do vote overwhelmingly for Democrats. But most black people don't vote. The college educated, the grandmas and granddaddies, and some of the women, the younger women who grandma drug out to go vote, those are the ones who vote. Most black people do not vote, but a lot of white people vote, especially the white liberal. That's who's definitely pushing a lot of this, especially the white liberal woman. White liberal women hate white men. I remember one year I was doing Uber, and I had this white girl and this white guy, college students, and they were in my back seat, and she disrespected this man so much. She was talking to me all in my ear while I'm driving, and we trying to get her to sit back, and then she's like, yeah, she was telling me how cool I was, and then she said to her boyfriend, oh, you're not that cool. I mean, you're white. They're both white. But she said that to him. You know why she said that to him? Because she's a white liberal. White liberal women hate white men. So all of the voting that they do is against white men. they're against the family structure, and then they get close with black people, and mainly black women, and they help push the negative talking points that are seen in the country. People like this will say, well, the media is all against the white male. But if you look on MSNBC, CNN, and all of these outlets, it's a lot of white women. So white people I don't have any problem with white people. It's good people everywhere. Good white people, good black folks, so on and so forth. But to make it seem like white people as a whole in America are just on the path to goodness is a lie, because there's a big if you removed every black person out of America today, you still have to deal with that white liberal, and many conservatives are just as liberal as the liberals. But we'll get back to that one.